Hello, Collective, and welcome to the Humble Sage. If you're new here, be welcome. If you're returning, thank you for supporting my channel. Either way, you're very much appreciated. Today, Collective, we're going to be doing your full moon in Virgo reading. The full moon is due on February 24th, 2024. Let's get stuck in then. This full moon will speak about, in true Virgo energy, independence, inner strength, and with it being conjunct to Saturn, we'll also be looking at boundaries and looking at your energetic wellness as well as your physical and mental wellness. So let's see what the cards have to say, Collective. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to keep you updated on any future readings that I upload. It'd be great to have you as part of the collective. Iceberg wants to be seen. It's interesting. Let's keep going. Thank you for Spirit Divine for being here with us during this reading. Let's get started. Waterfall. Effortless. Dragonfly. Emergence in the conscious mind. Tsunami. Wake-up call in the unconscious. Ancestors. Generations in the past influence. River. Movement in the future influence. Music. Harmony for your inner resource or talent collective. Childhood. Innocence. How you view yourself, how the universe views you, how others view you. Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom in hopes and fears. And then finally, for the possible outcome, we've got Island. Solitude. Interesting how we've got solitude up here for the possible outcome. Solitude reminds me of the Hermit card, which is ruled by Virgo. So let's get stuck in. At the bottom of the deck, we've got Eagle, Communion. You know, it's interesting how this water energy is flowing down here, Collective. It feels like you're having some renewal of your energies. Like whatever has happened, you're letting it be because you allowed your ancestors to intervene here. See this flowing energy again? This flowing of wisdom, right? And it's the same pattern here. You're allowing any emotions, any past emotions to simply flow, you know? We feel that pain and we let go and we let it flow, right? Because after all, when we look here at the tsunami for the unconscious section here, we can see the full moon in the background. It could be that you've had a huge barrage of emotions, huge barrage of this water energy, and you haven't quite known what to do. It's almost taken over your life. Because after all, then in the conscious mind, you're emerging here from this water. This full moon in Virgo can speak about how you're actually finding yourself again and you're re-emerging with a new sense of self, finding order and clarity during a time where perhaps you felt like you'd lost control, where you had no sense of, not that you had no sense of control, but by allowing things to flow, if the universe is going to throw all of these energies at you, well, you have to work with it. You flow with it. You ask your ancestors, God, the universe, spirit, divine, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides to help you out with the process. And again, here with the river flow, here, movement, you know, this future, here, the water is far more controlled. There's flow here. It's almost like wellness is being found because we can see the sun is coming out. All of this vegetation here. It's beautiful, this scene, you know? It's almost like saying, whatever you feel, this overpowering emotions are being cleared now. Because if you can emerge like this with this dragonfly energy, with all of this vegetation here, it's almost like you're being upgraded in some way. It feels like part of the message here, Collective, is to be tolerant with yourself and not to feel as though you are in some way failing just because all of this is coming at you. We can't control other people, nor can we control the universe, right? The universe sends what it can. We can only control ourselves. And it feels like here you're actually finding that power again, you're finding that strength, and what's coming out of it is this beautiful new beginning. This full moon energy is helping to cleanse you, you know, helping you to find this sense of worth here. I mean, look at this beautiful image here. What I'm also getting here, collective, is there's a sense of detoxifying in some way, right? Because after all, if we have this energy here of letting it flow, plus emerging, it's almost like you're being cleansed in some way. Perhaps if this is to speak about your unconscious mind, then what we're looking at here would be a cleansing of thoughts, a cleansing of chaos from within, finding order from chaos. And that only comes from a level of introspection that you find with Virgo energy, you know? And we could speak about this solitude and the possible outcome, right? That we can only see this tree growing here. It's like you're blooming now. And it took that level of going within in order to find that strength of self. And that can be a very difficult process. So most definitely during this full moon, I'd say be patient with yourselves, you know? Take time. Don't let anyone or anything rush you at this time, right? The universe wouldn't rush you, so why would other people or other people's energies need to do that? No. That's certainly part of the Saturnian conjunct energies that we're seeing here is putting up those healthy boundaries. After all, when we're looking at this now, we're reaching the end of the astrological year. Right? This is the final full moon before the next full moon, which will be in Aries season, which isn't until the 25th of March. Therefore, this is about closing out old cycles, and your ancestors most definitely helping you here. They're helping you with this process. All you need to do is ask. All you need to do is ask, collective. Your inner resource or talent here with harmony and how you view yourself, how others view you. These cards almost look very similar, like these two entities here are within this garden of innocence here, this birth, this renewal, like we just said about the sun, right? This sun that's shining through. You're finding your way through. There's light at the end of the tunnel. The universe doesn't put us in situations that we can't handle. Spiritually, mentally, physically, we move forward. Each step is a learning process, and that's the beauty of life, you know? I like this though for you, collective. Whoever I'm reading for, I really like this here for you, this harmony. Because after this huge tsunami, and then we have this, you know, look at the difference between those cards. You know, listening to your inner voice here is what it feels like, flowing with the universe. Sound is the voice of creation. Sound is creation, right? So you're creating this new beginning in hopes and fears up here with the shaman energy. You know, like I said, your ancestors are right by your side. Don't fear reaching out and asking others for assistance. It's not just about ancestors. When we look at self care and wellness, the Saturnian energy can also be a lesson in understanding when to reach out to others for assistance. That we don't have to always go it alone. That there are other people there to help, no matter what that looks like to you. You know, I can't tell you that. You know your personal situation, collective. Perhaps it's the doctor, a counselor, whatever it might be. Perhaps it's to do with your financial wellness, whatever it could be to do with, collective, you know? But if you need to do that, certainly do that. There is no shame. That's perhaps the most mature thing you can do is realize that we do always need the odd bit of assistance in life, you know? Stand up for yourself during this time. And this possible outcome here with the island, the solitude, most definitely feels like hermit energy. We don't always have to be on a solitary island. We can go so far, go through this darkness here, right? But look at this full moon energy shining through here, bringing renewal, cleansing and charging the land so that you can have this growth within. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands here, and crossing it, we've got we've got the Three of Cups, and crossing it, the Ten of Wands. The unconscious here, we've got the High Priestess with wake-up call. In the conscious mind, the Hanged Man. The past influence, we've got Judgment. In the future influence, the Chariot, with movement even. Let's look at these for a moment, right? Here, collective, this High Priestess is an energy that can navigate their way through full moon energy. Not necessarily with ease, but they understand how to work with that energy. So whatever this wake-up call is, perhaps somebody here will be going through a spiritual awakening. Perhaps it'll be something like an epiphany that happens for you, and it can bring in a whole heap of emotions. And the point here with the collective, that Spirit is saying to the collective is look at how that manifests outside of, because this wisdom here with this Pisces energy, you know, collective, you know, go within, you know how to navigate through this, because look at how you're emerging here, this awakened sense of self, this upgrade even for some of you, right? You are more than capable of navigating your way through this full moon in Virgo. This full moon in Virgo is about closing out those past cycles. Here we have Pisces, right? The final sign in the astrological wheel. And that's exactly what we're going into now, Pisces season, right? The strength of you is what is important here. I mean, after all, here where we've got effortless, the flow of these emotions, letting go and let it flow. We can't stop the waterfall. It's going to keep on going. What we can do is work with that. And here we can see this cornucopia, which is all around the waterfall. And here it is again, the Three of Cups. You're ready to receive from the universe, ready to receive those energies from the universal waterfall to bring you abundance, to bring you clarity, to refill your cup. That's part of this independence and inner strength. When we look at the Hermit, what we're looking at is introspection, understanding self. You don't always have to be alone, no, but by being alone, you understand who you truly are and refilling your cup so that you can receive from the universe. Whatever struggles you've been through are over here with this Ten of Wands. Most definitely there is a spiritual upgrade for some of you here because to carry this amount of spiritual energy is a lot. But it's also at the end of a cycle. It goes back up to Kether then. Then what we're looking at is a renewal of energies. The Ace of Wands may come out. We'll have a look when we shuffle the deck. But you see, this judgment had to happen here. And it could be that your ancestors brought this in for you. It could be that the universe said, hang on a second, something isn't right here and something's got to give. So whatever you've been through, your ancestors are helping to liberate you here. The trumpet has sounded. Whatever has been bogging you down and keeping you stagnant has been absolutely cleared by the universe. But we must work with the universe in order to yield a result, right? In the future sense here, we've got river, movement. With this heart here, this Cancerian energy. Wow, that's beautiful. After everything the collective has possibly been through here, you're still moving forward with a strong heart? Or your heart center's being strengthened here? Between Boaz and Yakin, you are the center pillar underneath the universe, but flowing with the universe as you are one with the universe. We are the creator. We are our truth. We are healing. You know, affirmations go a long way. I am healed. I am truth. I know my worth, you know? Everyone, you can learn who you are in the process. And that's the beauty of life. It may seem like you're in the mire, you know? But actually, you don't know what's coming next. And by the looks of things, the universe is bringing assistance for you. Let's have a look down here, collective, where we've got music and harmony. This is relating to your inner resources. The Hermit. Nice. You know, finding this inner harmony of self, you are creating. The voice of creation here is what is helping you perhaps to come out of this solitude, and this growth that's happening during this full moon is helping you to grow as an individual, as a person, to develop your soul and find that nourishment that is needed. Nourishment of the body, nourishment of the mind, balancing all realms in life in your personal realm so that you can be motivated to keep on moving forward. so that you can have that power and strength. And there's nothing wrong, like I said, with reaching out if you need any assistance, whether it's spiritual, mental, physical, financial, however it looks for you, collective. It's your personal journey, and that's the point. We can learn from people with more experience than us, but ultimately, it's our personal decision as to what we're going to do with that information. You know what you need in life, collective. No one person, no one person's needs is the same as another. And it's your responsibility to figure that out along the way. And it looks like you are most definitely doing that during this full moon. Receiving downloads, perhaps, with the hangman in emergence there. Feel worthy during this time, collective. This speaks to me about worthiness here. This Three of Cups in the cornucopia. You are worthy of receiving from the universe. A full moon is nothing to be afraid of. It's actually something to nurture. It helps you to understand who you are, how your manifestations are coming about in life. It certainly tells you a lot about your emotional state, understanding the ebb and flow of the universe, the ebb and flow of watery energies. The one constant in the universe is change, just saw the moon there. So we flow with that change instead of working against it. The Page of Cups that came up with innocence here. This relates to how you view yourself. So most definitely someone here could be going through a psychic awakening. Actually, what it feels like here is reconnecting not just with your inner child, but more so with your imagination. Reconnecting with what is actually possible in the world, what you can achieve, instead of keeping yourself in bounds and thinking that you can't do, you can do. Of course you can do, collective. Look at what is being created here. A new world is being birthed here from your imagination. Indeed, look at the waters here becoming a little bit more choppy. It's almost like some aspect of yourself is awakening within, and it's awakening a part of you that's saying, I am worthy of creating whatever it is I want to create in life. And that's a beautiful position to be in. If this is how you're being seen, that you're connecting with your inner self, ultimately leads to maturity. Just because it's page energy doesn't make it immature, doesn't make it childish. It can speak about an energy that's in its infancy. Like if we speak about a project in business, we can say, well, you've got the business plan, you've got the cash flow. So the project is in its infancy. Doesn't mean to say it's immature. Doesn't mean to say it's not going to work. It means it's the beginning of a process. And someone here most definitely is starting a brand new process and a whole new beginning for themselves. Because they're taking that responsibility to show themselves that self-care, to have that introspection, and in some way to know that they are good enough for their dreams, whoever I'm reading for, that you are good enough to share your talents into the world, because this is also about talent. You can speak about artistic talent, creativity, and with music here, perhaps somebody is a musician, right? But if it's not music, maybe it's art, whatever it is, however you express your creativity. Some people express their creativity through business plans. Some people express it through whatever their career may be, right? They express their happiness, in other words, through whatever their career might be, their career path. Perhaps you're changing careers. Let's have a look at the shaman energy. Ancient healing wisdom. The Two of Swords, and this is within hopes and fears and the possible outcome. We've got the Six of Swords, beautiful, collective. And at the bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. You know what, collective? This is you, like I said, with this Saturnian energy being conjunct to the full moon in Virgo. What we're seeing here is those healthy boundaries. What we're seeing here is that healthy wisdom that you're finding from within, and knowing that you're good enough and that you're being granted access to your inner realms and to your future, this future that you are creating for yourself. That's beautiful, collective. Oh my gosh. If you can be in this energy and balance yourself with the sword of truth and the sword of knowledge, working with the moon energy and balancing yourself out in the process, finding the purity of who you truly are within, that's a perfect situation for your angels and ancestors to connect with you. Whoever is doing this, collective, whoever I'm reading for, congratulations in that sense, because it takes a lot of introspection to do that. It takes a lot of honesty with yourself and with your situation to understand who you are and where you're going. Because once you understand the true foundation of what you want to create, you start with a strong foundation and you move forward. This solitude here that you've been in, you're still moving forward. You know, this feels like internal solitude and how you must, how you need to have that introspection, but the universe is guiding you. The Six of Swords can also speak about self-esteem, self-respect, your worthiness. The universe always reciprocates that energy and matches the energy we put out there. You show yourself self-respect, self-esteem, self-worth. The universe matches that and can move you forward away from situations out of choppy waters that no longer serve you. And you have this inner growth here, this development. Look at this moon energy shining down here, charging the land, charging your inner energies, going through a spiritual upgrade even. And what's interesting as well, you can see the reflection in the water looks kind of murky, right? But is that the clarity is coming from the moon energy that's coming in here. Well, collective. Here even we've got the communion energy. Look at that. The ego speaks to me about scorpionic energy. Again, with development and alchemization. But look here, how this ego, you see here with the shaman and this two of swords here, right? It almost looks like an ancestors here, but it feels like you, like how you're connecting with your ancestors, and this knowledge is being brought to you. So if you've been, perhaps you have a journal, a moon journal, a manifestation journal, something like that. It could be that those manifestations are coming in for you here because you've been true to yourself with this communion, you've been true to the universe. You've understood and you've been through those karmic lessons and released those karmic cycles, which is another part of the full moon energy. Generally, moon energy is about cycles and letting go. How we're creating, how we're repeating cycles. Because whatever this struggle was here, you're now creating strategy out of it. You're receiving this spiritual energy, and you're doing so with grace with this Three of Cups. That's how this cornucopia is starting to build. It may seem like a small amount that's here, but it's growing and building. You have to start somewhere, collective. The universe gives to us as we can handle at any given time. As your maturity develops, so do you. So does your reality around you. Let's get stuck into the Hermetic deck. Let's see what else we can see here. What I'd like to see is this direction here, collective. Let's see how whatever past influence this was, how it's feeding into your conscious mind and informing your possible outcome here. The Three of Swords, yeah. Someone here is most definitely being liberated from whatever pain it is they felt in the past. Whatever was broken and didn't work. You're being guided here. There is some higher power that's blown that trumpet here, collective. Archangel Gabriel, possibly. Bringing these messages down to you so that you can receive, so that you can move forward. That's part of having the Six of Swords here. In order for you to receive, you must be receptive, you know? And then with the Hanged Man, again, we're speaking about this higher mind, emergence of yourself. This image is absolutely gorgeous as well. Look at the way that's been illustrated. The dragonflies, the vines here. The vines in spirituality, when we look at the grapes, for example, is a symbol of spiritual abundance. It speaks about the changing aspects of life. When we look at the seed, becomes the vine, becomes the grape hits the ground, and so is the cycle beginning and ending. That's a cycle of life, you know? The knowledge that's gained along the way. Let's have a look here. The Ace of Swords. The universe is giving you an opportunity here, collective, and the Seven of Cups here for the possible outcome, right? How I can see this here, this direction across there, from the past influence to the conscious self to the possible outcome, is that you're seeing through whatever illusions were cast in your direction, collective. And that's possibly the reason why you had to be put in solitude here and why you went within, why you had to have the need to find yourself. And the universe is now freeing you and saying, look, there's no need for you to be alone. There's no need, right? You can move forward with strength because you can see the truth. You did the inner work. You can see the truth of perhaps the illusions you cast for yourself. And the universe was shining a light on that. And now it could have been a shocking revelation because we've got the Ace of Swords here. It's becoming something that's within your conscious realm. And this is informed by some sort of heartbreak or disappointment. But it's not that you seem broken by it here, collective, because if we've got this Three of Cups with effortless, this forward movement with your heart fully open, your chakra here is beaming with radiance, then you've healed from this, or you're healing from it, gaining the tools even to heal from that. Let's have a look how the unconscious mind is feeding into the future influence, which feeds into our hopes and fears, or can do. Those unconscious fears that can hinder us in some way, sometimes, collective. Let's have a look. If you are enjoying this reading, collective, please consider subscribing and hitting that subscribe bell, the notification bell, excuse me. It'd be great to have you as part of the community. Yeah. One more. Wow. This tsunami, collective, has brought about a spiritual awakening here, or will do. With this here, this can be an initiative of the flame for me as a reader, but this is you speaking your truth and showing your truth to the universe. You're being given a new sense of passion here. Wow. You know, you could even see the connection here. The heart chakra is connected to the universe. Whatever this tsunami was, whatever it felt like was within, it's actually bringing about a huge amount of spiritual abundance for you. So perhaps be prepared for that. You know, whatever information is coming to you will help, and it will happen during the full moon. Perhaps it's dreams, perhaps it's visions, you know, perhaps it's synchronicities, whatever it might be vigilant, you know. As we know, in the physical reality, when a tsunami happens, sometimes it's too late until it happens. So just be prepared for that, you know, because you know, we've got the high priestess energy here, an energy that can understand the full moon energy implicitly. But whatever's behind that curtain will soon be emerging for you, and that will be present in your realm, so you can understand the truth of what the universe has been trying to show you about yourself. Where we've got in the future position here, the Chariot, the Ten of Cups, right? What this is saying to me is you're moving forward into your joy. It says perfected success, and I suppose with Virgo energy, we speak about perfection, right? But it's not always about perfection. Sometimes it's about accepting the imperfections in life, the imperfections of ourselves, which is what helps us to move forward because we're no longer holding on to expectations. And look what happens when you let go of expectations. So much abundance happens. There's so much joy in this card. The Ten of Cups is one of my favorite cards in the deck. This Mars in Pisces energy, we're just about to go into Pisces season. So perhaps this is saying that by the time we get to Pisces season, you will have let go. You will have had this brand new beginning, you know, or starting a brand new beginning within yourself, because this Virgo energy speaks about your personal realm. Virgo energy with the Hermit anyway can also speak about spiritual counsel, alchemy, advancement in that sense. You know what's very powerful as well about this time when we look at being at the end of the astrological year, and this is the final full moon before the next one, which is in Aries season on the 24th of March, is that if this is in the future, if this is in the future placement, then this could possibly be saying that you will have let go of those things in able to move into the fresh astrological year. Fresh eyes, a fresh outlook, an open heart, ready for the world. But is the world ready for you, collective, is the question? You know? Well, I suppose we'll soon find out. Empress at the bottom of the deck there. Someone's definitely going to be birthing a whole new abundance, whoever I'm speaking to in the collective. And if you are, congratulations. And whatever you've been through, just know that you're not alone. You're not the only person in the collective who's been through such things. You know, there's always somebody out there who we can relate to in some way. You know, you're not alone, collective. Don't think that you have to, you know, always be silent and keep it to yourself. You know, sometimes we do need to reach out. Sometimes we do need the help of others. You know, ultimately it's up to us what advice we take on board, but nonetheless, you know, there's no need for you to be in silence. You see, there will always be pain in life, collective. There will always be some sort of pain in life. But when we build those tools and we learn from our experiences here with this Pisces energy, we learn about those karmic lessons, It helps us to build and grow, right? And in that sense, then, when you have the tools, then we don't go through life with a sense of suffering, right? Suffering is a choice. Pain will always happen. Work is pain. Life is pain. But that doesn't mean to say that you have to suffer. And once you have the tools, then you can make your way through it. Two cards came out here, collective. The Five of Pentacles and the Tower. Spirit said put the Five of Pentacles on harmony and the Tower on innocence childhood here. I'm going to start with music harmony. A new structure is being birthed here with this Taurus energy. And it's a structure that feels like your life, but an internal structure. It could be that you're taking on new daily routines or something like that to organize and strengthen your mind in some way. Because by having structure, then you have something to work with. Then we can not just plan our day, but our lives can come together. So, anything can happen in life. We live in a world where all manner of, information is thrown at us. We don't actually know what's going to happen throughout the day. But if we have a plan, then we have something to work around. We have some level of organization from the chaos in the first place. And finally, then here, where we've got how you view yourself, how others view you, how the universe views you, we've got the Tower with the Kabbalah down here, literally gone through the whole state of Jacob's ladder, because here we've got this is Aries energy, but it's also Scorpionic energy. It's the lightning bolt from Aries. There is some drastic enlightenment here where you're saying, well, this is my truth, this is my imagination, this is what I'm birthing. It could be a tower for other people, but it's not about them, collective. It's about what you want for your life. And we can see down here, it's like the freedom of your inner child. This could bring about a huge realization of, wow, what can I achieve? Where am I going? What can I do? But thank you, universe. Let's keep on going, by simply flowing with the universe and understanding that by letting go and letting flow is a paradox of the universe, that once you let go, everything you want comes towards you. And as long as you're here, expressing your truth into the universe and connecting with your inner child here, connecting with your imagination, connecting with your higher mind and your spiritual self, with your third eye blazing, you can do anything, collective, because then you follow your intuition. It's not just blindly going through life and reacting. Instead, your intuition is allowing you to respond to situations and knowing what to respond to and knowing what to just let go, collective. And the Nine of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So with this wounded warrior energy, no matter what you've been through, you've gained this great strength here, collective. You've gained this huge know-how. This full moon is going to be so powerful, especially with Saturn. Do you know what, collective? I'm going to put the Nine of Wands there. I want to see here with Waterfall. Too many cards. Let's have a look here, collective, at Waterfall Effortless with the Ten of Wands and the Three of Cups. You want to be seen? Let's have a look. The Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck, now we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. And this is also Virgo energy. Wow. It's also got a symbol for Leo here, which can also be, in astrology, can be referred to as the dragon's head, which is known as the North Node. So it could be that somebody is becoming a spiritual warrior here, or at very least they're stepping into their dharma to fulfill what their soul is saying to do. If it's to be more creative, then do that. You never know who you inspire along the way, right? But slow and steady wins the race. It's fascinating how the North Node symbol came out here with this balancing of the heart energy. And there's the heart energy with the Ace of Cups. Most definitely receiving the abundance from the universe that we saw earlier on this waterfall card as it was flowing down into these three cups here, right? And here it is, overflowing. Your inner cup can now overflow so you can receive from the universe. The universe matches that energy. It's interesting how we've got the Ten of Swords here, because this is the sun in Gemini. Gemini speaks about clarity. The Ten of Swords, some may say, well, it's not a very nice card. Well, it's not really about that. What it's about is the energy from the card. And what I'm feeling here is that because you've had this clarity from whatever the pain was, this was in the past, or whatever lessons that you've learned from, you've actually grown intellectually. Whatever those mental burdens were, you're now shining a light on that. And that's part of this energy of asking the universe and others for what you need so you can develop to go back round here to Kether, to the ace, which you're doing here. It's in your conscious mind. This Ten of Wands here is still speaking to me about spiritual energy and the end of oppression at the same time. You know, the universe doesn't give us more than what we can handle. The Three of Cups here ready to receive. And with these two, we ended on the Six of Swords collective. Look at that. There's the Six of Swords. So in this present position, you are literally moving forward. You're going for it anyway. Just always remember that we're not actually stagnant. We're always consistently moving, right? It's just how you move. And in this case, someone's heart chakra is going to be blazing, flowing with this Hermes energy, being able to communicate with the universe effectively. Perhaps you're doing affirmations, or like I said earlier, with a manifestation diary or something like that, working with the moon energy, no matter how that looks to you. Most definitely, it's helping you to advance and develop. Wow, collective, what a reading. Let's have a look at the Namaste deck and see what it has to say. All I can say here, collective, is nourish yourself through this healing process. Nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit. Know who you are, you know, and find some sort of order in chaos, but by not forcing, and that always comes down to what you can do. Help yourself and you will be helped. How can we ever care for other people if we don't already care for ourselves? That's the order that we find. We can only control ourselves, so do that first. We can only nourish ourselves first, so do that first. A blessing of meditation. Your window of perception is cleansed, and for a moment you see life as it truly is, infinite and eternal. Meditation will help you rise above any situation and event and see things clearly. What usually seems chaotic and disorderly can seem the opposite. Know there is divine order in your life. And what did we say earlier, collective, about finding order from chaos? Whatever's thrown at you here with this tsunami, you can handle it. You can definitely handle it with the ace here. Wow, collective, what a beautiful reading to have. Well, thank you very much, collective, for joining me on this full moon in Virgo reading that's due on February the 24th, 2024. It's been a pleasure to read for you, and I thoroughly enjoyed this reading. I've taken a lot from this reading, as much as some of you may. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, collective, you'll find the details in the description box below. Please feel free to reach out to me on whichever social media platform and send me a DM, and you're welcome to email me. We can discuss which reading will best suit your needs. And thank you again for joining me. And as always, collective, please take care of yourselves.